So I was just about to sit down and like try embroidery for the first time, and I thought maybe for the giggles I'd record it. I've already, I think, messed up. I cut the fabric too short because now you can't really like fold it down. I don't know if that's a thing. Anyway, I've never really done this before, and I learned the best by like making mistakes. So clearly we're off to a great start. We're gonna learn a lot. I've been watching videos. I know a couple of the stitches from watching them, not from actually doing them. But I figured I want to really, some reason in my head, blubfish would just look adorable embroidered. So let's put that to the test and draw a little blubfish on here. Here's my mechanical pencil that we filled with blue lead. Paper might come in handy. I didn't realize how yellow my desk is compared to this. Which one's really white? Anyway, I'm just gonna draw a little blubfish. We'll kind of figure out what pose I want him to be in. I haven't actually drawn him in a little hot second. He's kind of what I doodle on napkins a lot. But we haven't been going anywhere with napkins. So he's been abandoned, little blub. A very round cheek, big mouth. Tongue is almost always hanging out. I figured this would be a good place to start because he can be small. He's not super detailed. We could even maybe like do this piece, a darker version of the rest of him. But yeah, I've been watching embroider videos. Oh no, did I already forget the name of the stitches? But the French knot looks so cool. I think I tried to do it when I did that hyacinth illustration on canvas. When I added like a little bit of embroidery as texture, I tried to do it and it didn't work. But now I've watched more videos. I feel like maybe I can solve some of those problems. Wouldn't that just look cute on there? I'm kind of thinking that big. Let me make sure that I don't want to draw him in a different pose though. Big round eyes. Oh, I forgot he's usually cross-eyed. How did I mess that one up? That was kind of his thing. Supposed to be making like silly faces. He was, I don't know if you remember the backstory of the blub, but originally I used to draw him and he would critique my art. Like he'd have little speech bubbles that would be like, learn to draw legs, dum-dum. You call those kneecaps or something silly like that. I mean, looking back, it was not healthy. I can laugh at it now, but like, I meant what I was saying. And by using the blubfish, I thought it was like funnier. I don't know. Anyway, he then evolved where he would kind of insult the poses I drew. So if I drew a character that was like one arm up here, one arm down there, usually they were mermaids. So then I would draw a blubfish doing like the same thing, but with the funky face. So he'd be like insulting it, you know? You know, something like that. It's actually quite difficult to try and recreate a human pose with such a round fish. Somehow I managed. Oh, and then we can do like little bubbles, fill the area. I've been watching a lot of like embroidering flowers, but I just know from experience that when I draw flowers, I kind of get frustrated, lazy, I don't know, from all the detail. So when I draw flowers, I like them to be very blobby. But when it comes to embroidery, it's kind of more about the details. So I'm not sure if it's the route I would want to go. Maybe I need something kind of tedious and different from what I normally do, you know? Okay, I'm not crazy about either of these poses yet. I like the spread fins a little better, and I like the more angled face. I think I'm not drawing it as big enough. Oh, and if you're wondering, why did I choose to draw fish as the thing that critiques my art? And honestly, the reason is because he essentially used to look like he was just two circles with two fins. Like that, that's how I used to draw him. Essentially, he was a fish because I didn't have to draw hands. And it was still like a full creature. You can actually see him in my old sketchbook videos. If you go and look back, I think I probably came up with him when I was like 16 or something. He's been around a while. He's grown along with me. Okay, I don't really like that one, so try again. That's a funny mouth. A little cat-like. Maybe I don't want the cross-eyed. What about a tongue out the middle? I've never done that with a blubfish. Okay, now that I drew that one though, and that one, I kind of like this one a lot, but I still like that one. So these two are the contenders. I just want to make sure it's one that I like because I'm going to be spending a little while on it. Maybe the eyes are supposed to be bigger. Always has a little cheek. Kind of extends out of the guideline circle that I make. This one's a bit smaller. Yay! I really like this one actually. Maybe level them out like this. One eyelid kind of coming upwards. Okay, if nothing else, I kind of remembered how to draw him, even though I kind of like the first one the best. But all right, let's just, I don't know, jump on here. I don't know what kind of fabric this is. I just found it and I was like, that'll work. Kind of got a very opened stitch. I can't imagine that'll make it more difficult. We'll see. Let's try to draw a little blob. Should I try to keep that upwards? Oh, it is hard to draw on. It's a little loose. We'll make do with what we got. We can try and do it tighter on the next go. Okay, I like when the one fin kind of like goes off to the side. If this wasn't a mechanical pencil, that would probably help. Got the nose. The back fin kind of would stick out back there. You wouldn't see quite as much because of the angle. We can do this, the shaded one. Some bubbles. This seems small enough for me to handle as a beginning project. And then what I think they're called is like satin stitches, and you kind of like fill in an area with color. I'll Google that and correct myself if that's wrong. Excellent information. Let me make sure the eyes are kind of like the same size. Oh, it doesn't really erase off of this. We're gonna have to really get some good coverage. We also need the cheek, a little added oomph. Oh, and well, we need some pupils. Do we want to do cross-eyed? It's cute, but it's also cute when he like looks up. Oh, I don't know. I wonder if I can like write blub with like outline stitches or something. Probably not right there. You're probably supposed to like draw with something that like can be washed off. Didn't do that much research. Maybe these eyes just need to be bigger. No, I'm not liking it. Maybe I just want them both up like this. I think that might be what I want to go with. We'll do cutesy eyes. All right, so I think the next thing is to pick my colors. I have a couple options. The blowfish does get drawn in a lot of different colors pretty often because he usually mimics the mermaid that he hangs out with. But since we're doing just a blub all in his own, I always kind of picture him being blue. So I've got a couple blue colors of embroidery thread here. I have this kind of more neutral one. I have this that could work for like line art. I also have a black if I want to use that instead. But I feel like I might go with blue just... Oh my gosh. It's Tatooine out there. I'm kind of picturing it this with this in the shading. He looks like a little shark and it reminds me of my sticker. I made blub shark stickers way back in the day. Oh yeah, those colors are so close. Yeah, that seems natural. Then maybe use this as our black. So that would be our color scheme and we could probably use it for bubbles. Hopefully I have enough. Seems like a lot, but it also doesn't seem like all that much once we get into using it. Let me get this opened. This came in like a little embroidery set that I got eons ago. But it came with like these cards that you're probably supposed to do one of these with. Probably just to keep it more organized and keep it from knotting. So this is the color we're going to use the most of. Wonder how I could estimate how much I would need. Oh, look how thin they are. I could double it up, but I'll probably just do it straight up. I don't know. I don't know what the words are for anything. Do I look like an embroidery master to you? Oh no, I was not paying attention. Oh no. Like I don't know what I'm looking at. It's just one big clump. It reminds me of when I was making masks and I washed a bunch of like pre-cut fabric. Ooh, big mistake. I ended up with like a giant knot that connected all the pieces of fabric in one. That was let's just say I'm used to making mistakes. So I'm gonna just find the longest piece and take that. Boop, 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 boop. We'll put that to the side. I hope this is actually more than I need. We will see. We gotta put this through a needle. Wait, do I have a needle? That seems important. Okay, we're good. I just have to thread this guy. Beautiful. Okay, so we just kind of like pull a little bit of that and then we tie a knot on the other end. This has to be big enough that it doesn't come back through the fabric. Now my fabric has big holes, so I'm a little concerned that it has to be a very large knot. Again, I'm an embroidery master. Besides that thing. Hey, at least I'm good at making knots. There we go. We've got a ton of thread. I might pull this guy to shrink it down a little. I'm not sure how visible it will be, but might as well lighten it. So what I'm going to do is what I believe is called a satin stitch. Kind of like filling it in using the paint bucket tool, you could say. I don't know where the best place to start is. This is probably not the right fabric. The thing keeps trying to go through the... Oh, this is definitely not the right fabric. We'll come up through there. This will create our first thing. And so then what we're just gonna do is just go along here, kind of fill it in, pulling it through, and just kind of create that same parallel line over and over again. I guess I just kind of have to use the holes that it already gave me. Oh, I already made a mistake. Is this big knot back here the whole time? It's exactly what I wanted to avoid. I think I made it just too long, you know? Friendship bracelets never gave me this much grief. It just came through. Okay, well, I think I'll try and use smaller threads next time. But let's just carry on and kind of fill this in. Going through the top is a lot easier. I'm gonna watch the back this time. Kind of just using whatever hole there is available to me. If I was using a more tightly woven fabric, I'd have more options on where to put it. Ooh, hey, it's working. It's filling all in with the blue. Doesn't look very clean on the other side. That's probably a sign of needed improvement. I'm hoping I can kind of go around the outside of these and create like an outline if possible. We will see. Going through the top so much easier. It must be because of that big knot. It's like grabbing it. So next time we'll make sure we do a smaller knot. We just continue and fill our way up. Try to get it in the right spot. further we get away from that knot, probably the easier. I'm going to avoid the nose and maybe do that separately so it kind of adds more texture there. I'm also holding the knot away with my finger, and that seems to be helping. Yeah, it is helping, look. I'm so glad I started with something kind of simple. I have like much grander ideas, but honestly, you kind of gotta learn how to do something before you do it grand. Pretty sure that's in the Bible. I also wonder if I should try and do a thing to make his nose 3D. I watched a video where someone kind of like puts a bobby pin or a safety pin or something over that area, and then they go over it so there's extra fabric, well, extra thread, I guess. And so then it sticks out, which looks really cool. I'm losing the roundness of the chin here. Ooh, see, that has like a little edge. Hopefully you can fix that when we do like our line art and kind of outline it. But I want to try and do my best and not need to fix things, you know? Going around the tongue here. I wonder for the fin if I should do like more of a leaf technique. So like have it all come out from one spot instead of a perfect parallel lines. Getting a better feel for what it feels like when I actually get all the thread through versus when it gets cut. So then I don't have to like look back and realize I messed up 8 stitches back. Now this would go all the way back up to here. I wonder how I'm gonna go back this way. I think I'll finish this off, maybe cut it and then start back over here. Things getting looser, I've noticed, so I clearly didn't do that correctly. I don't think it should be loosening up over time. Oh, I see what's making it looser. It's when I tug on this. I wonder if I loosen it a smidge and kind of pull. I'm getting it a little bit. Oh yeah, that's way tighter. Finish off this little end just to round that off. I might use this thread since I've got a lot left. Kind of jump down here and do this fin. What I wanted to try to do is like come out from here and then like, I don't know, hit here. I don't know, we're just playing with this. I'm just using the holes that are in the fabric. I wonder what would happen if I like pulled up through here, but like caught that and then did the same thing I did with the other ones. Connect back here. And what happens when I go on the other side and do like the same thing and like grab that thread? Would that work? I as well stick as many techniques in here as possible, see which ones I like. So what I want to do now is maybe redo this stitch and then like redo that straight across line. Then do these areas the same. I want to copy, I want to make it symmetrical. So these first couple I didn't overlap. Then this one we're going to overlap it. Well, maybe I have to come up from here and then grab it. So like go under that and then connect. I don't know. Probably would have just done a satin stitch, would have been better. I'm not like mad that I tried it. It's just not what I was looking for. I think what went wrong is I kind of didn't exactly follow what I did there, specifically this little piece. Anyway, that's the funny fin. So I guess we could cut it. Oh, you know what? I didn't really watch how you're supposed to do a knot. Maybe loop it twice, pull it tight. Is that a knot? I think that works. If it all comes undone, we'll just get to do it again. You know, look the bright side. Okay, so now I'm gonna tie a new knot on the end of this. Hopefully a little smaller. Okay, where do we want this? I guess we could start from this side. I guess we'll start with the nose. Really close to this knot again, so I'm gonna make sure I'm holding it out of the way. Just fill in the nose. I was like, why is it so short? I didn't pull it through. Oh no. I might have to pull all these out. Okay, it's not even pulling through. No, I don't want to waste all this thread. Oh, that made me sad. Oh, look what we're working with now. It's so small. Should be enough to do the nose, I hope. We can practice my knots. Let's try wrapping it around my finger once. Ooh, so small. Hopefully it doesn't pop through these big holes I made. Doing good, doing good. The one wraparound finger technique seems to create pretty good knots. Oh, I was going to try and make the nose stick out. Well, clearly we don't really have enough thread for that just yet. Just following the sketch. Right now it looks a little creepy. I'm hoping the line art solves that. I think if I do another one, I'll just do straight across and just try to remember where everything is and then add the line art. Okay, now I need to fill in the rest of this. I don't think I have enough, but we'll just kind of jump over here and work our way towards the end. I'm honestly not irritated by how tedious this is. Usually like tedious things drive me up the wall, but it's just such a different like motion with my hand than like drawing something tedious. It's like a vacation. I'm a little worried this gap's too big to fill in with an outline. I think it probably should have overlapped a little more. Wow, there was enough for all this. I'm impressed. Also, something I've learned is knots don't have to be as big as I'm making them. Okay, let's switch to the darker blue. Do this part, and maybe the eyes. Let me tie a knot first. There we go. And now, do I want to add some bubbles with this color? I feel like this is the right color for that. Do I want to do them outline? Let me try doing like the French knot because I have never done it. Well, I've never done it successfully. Do one right here. So I think you're supposed to come up where you want your knot to be. Wrap twice and go back through the same hole-ish. That can't be right. There's nothing there. Try it again. Like 1, 2, 3. I mean, there's something there, but it ain't no cute little knot. Just do a bunch. What if I like hold my thumb there? Oh, look at the little donut! Oh, I pulled harder and it's gone now. Well, I think that was what it was supposed to look like. I'm gonna keep using the same spot until it works. Put my thumb there again. Okay, there it is. I think what I'll do is I'll come up through that hole and just make it stay. Kind of like stitch it down, like sew it there. Well, now it's a really big blob, but it kind of looks like a bubble. I knot that off. I'll put this over. We'll do the rest of the bubbles after the rest is done, just so I can kind of like decide where to put them at that time. Switch to this color. See if I can wrap it without getting a huge knot in it. This is exhilarating content. I don't know, maybe people like the sound of it. Put it by the microphone. Good stuff? I don't know. Never been into ASMR. This is a really nice blue color. I like it. Woohoo! I did it! No knots! Okay, so now we gotta decide how much of this we need. Judging by how much of this I used and ended up not using, I don't think I need all that much. This is probably all I need, so I'm gonna take a little more just in case. I don't want to like run out. I would rather have extra. And then we're going to roll this in here. Let's start with this area, since I seem to like to start from the left and go up to the right. I feel like I want to go a different angle. What if we start and go horizontal stripes? I just wonder if I'll be able to get a better shape this way. I hope the embroidery community is nice, kind of like the drawing community. And they're not mad at me for butchering their art form. Although, if you are an embroidery master, your tips would be greatly appreciated. I should probably start shrinking now to create that fin shape. Look at that! I think I'll add one more just to be a little tiny piece. Tip it a fin. Boom, baby. We have a fin. I think I will tie that off. I think where I'm going wrong is like doing it twice. But I'm gonna hold it way out. Woo! Is that right? I think I did that right. Now we need to do another knot. It's a little bigger than I want, but we have improved so much. I ain't gonna complain about that. Okay, so now we need to fill in this part. I might do it horizontal as well. Kind of make it match the other one of this color. Okay, I'm having a problem with this. Doesn't look like a fin. I think what's wrong here is the fin should probably have a different shape than the way the skin is filled in, you know? I wonder if I can come out from here and like go in there. Probably end up going through the same spot a lot, but let me see. Then you're gonna... I think that kind of helps. The problem is it's looking like an ear. It just looks too rounded. I think it needs to be like pokier. I'm really just trying everything here. I don't know what else to do. Okay, so now it's pokier, but it's like the wrong pokier. Okay, I think that helped, and that's probably the best I can do for now. So I'm gonna just tie this off. Do I want to add like white for the eyes and the pupils? I'm gonna grab some, do I have white? I do have white. A lot of the time consuming part is just like prepping my thread. That part's not quite as fun. When you're embroidering, it's fun because you're like seeing it come to life. Don't knot, please. Less of this white this time. Tie our little knot. I don't know why tying the knot is fun to me. Maybe it's because I find it so challenging. Oh, that was the best yet. Look how dainty. I guess we can go with kind of that same texture or that same angle, I should say. I think if we just do everything in the same direction, we might get an effect that I'm looking for. This seems kind of pointless because I did it on white fabric, but you know, I need all the practice I can get. This time I'm trying to overlap the colors where they intersect. See that versus that. Something else I think I need to practice is making better circles. Part of it might be because I have such widely woven thread, but like I only can put it in certain areas because like it's tightly woven between the holes. Okay, there's one eye. Go over to the other one. Now this eye isn't a circle, so I have a little more leeway with this guy. Woo! Is that all the white? I love the way it feels. That's the best part. I'm gonna keep this white out just in case I want to add like highlights to the eyeballs. It's coming together. I knew this would take a long time. All right, next I want to fill in the eyes. Oh, we should probably do the tongue. Pink next. Fill in the tongue. Might do a different direction for this. Try to create that tongue shape, since it all needs to kind of come from the center. It'll be a second attempt at like the way I did the fin, but maybe this one will turn out better. I'm making use of like using one hole more than once that I've made in the fabric. Try to make it symmetrical this time. I think that's where I went wrong on the fin. Looks like a tongue. Problem is it comes up a little higher than the nose shape. I should have connected the nose all like that, and that would have solved that problem. I wonder if I like came up through here, just created a stitch right there. Boop. That looks like a leaf. Intriguing. Anyway, that's all we need for this. Snip. All right, what's next? I think we'll color in the eyes the same as my line art. I think where I go wrong is when I take off the sticky, it like unbunches this. Maybe if I keep this like that, I can put this on the card. I'm gonna hold it right above it and we'll do our line art. So this is gonna be a little bit, oh, where did this come from? We'll just leave that in there for future me to deal with. Clearly, I have not found a better way to do this. Okay, now I think we're gonna need quite a bit of this. About, I don't know, this much. I am measuring. Now I feel like this is what's gonna bring this all together, so I'm really excited. I've seen a couple different kind of outline stitches that would look cool. One of them was like, I don't know if it's called like the rope stitch or the vine stitch, but it's where you do kind of like a straight running stitch, but then you come back around another time and like loop into the stitch you created. I would love to do that. And it kind of creates a more steady barrier instead of like a sporadic stitch. All right, should I do the eyes separate from like the actual stitch that goes all the way around? Because my brain's telling me to start right here. I'm just gonna go around. There's the first one. Go on the next piece and kind of come backwards through the same hole that could connect the line a little better. Come out through that same hole there. One more stitch up here. And then we can create the eyeball here. Using the darker colors is really fun. It looks so contrasty. I also like the darker colors because you don't really see the texture of the thread as much. Kind of just looks more solidly colored. All right, now do I continue around the eyeball? We're continuing our journey around the eye. And as we round the bottom of the eye out through the left window, you will see Bloodfish's cheek. So glad I did line art. Look how fun that is. Let's continue our way down the cheek, kind of rounding off any places I kind of made a mistake with the straight color or the flat color. I did a really good job doing a point down here, so this isn't so necessary. I can almost do one really long straight one right here and see how that looks. Hey, you got fin. I don't think I'm even gonna have to do that like rope stitch thing that I discovered because this looks good enough. Like I'm not seeing much break in like the line or anything. This is a little bit more of a problem area. I don't know if we can really fix anything with line art. I think I won't create a line separating this fin from the body. Kind of like that. Just continue on our way up the side of the right cheek. Well, I guess it's his left. This is where we have a lot of thread coming in and out. It's a little tighter. I'll work our way around this eyeball. Connect these two eyes here. Oh no. Oh no. When did this not happen? Okay, good. It's just this most recent one. For you! Okay, we're back to the eyeball. Go around this fin. Probably should try and make it pokier because those are pokey, but essentially they were supposed to be round. I'll just take whatever happens. Boom. Okay, that fin looks pretty bad. I wonder if I like fill in this area. Oh, I got it. That kind of helped. Okay, I'm running out of thread, so I'm gonna tie a knot here. That's where we're at. We just need to do the nose and the tongue, so I will need a little extra thread here. Let's see, where do we start? I do tend to do the top of the nose, so I guess we can do that. And work our way around. Oop, there's a big gap there. I don't like that. There we go. Kind of looks like a mustache. Just continue on our way and maybe that'll fix itself. There's just so much thread here. That must be the problem. Oh, that solved it. Nice. Got a little nose. See if we can make our way around this tongue. I need to create like a little dimple up here somehow. Hey, hey! You tie off a knot. Okay, next I want to grab the white. Try our French knot again. So I guess I want it like, I think I want it on the right. That feels right. It's a loopity and loopity and loopity. Pull that tight maybe. Go back in. That didn't work. I wanted it to be bigger. Do that same thing where I like hold my thumb there. Well, it's got a tiny little highlight. That's probably good enough. Do the same thing on the other side. Rappity, rappity, rappity. A million wraps. Go back in. Nah. It's cute though. I like the tiny detail. Tie that off. Okay, all that's left are the little bubbles and then maybe writing the word blub on here. What if we just, might be too small. Let's just go ahead and do the bubbles. Might put one right up here. Might make this one a little more hollow. Can practice my circles. Smaller strokes probably helps to make the more circular shape. Hey, look at the little bubble. I wonder if I can put like another little tiny lined one here. Kind of a miniature circle. Tie that off. Hey, we got a couple bubbles. I just want to like fill in like this bottom half here maybe with bubbles. And that might be it for this. It's crazy how much work goes into something so small. When I drew like all those, well, obviously they're not like finished or anything, but I drew all those way faster, I guess. It kind of just shows you not only like difference in mediums, but like difference in skill levels. Okay, let's grab, I guess, more of this. I was going to switch to the darker blue for a bubble. Could probably do one. We've got it already pre-threaded here. Stick one over here. Boop. And we have a bubble. We'll just tie a knot. And if I choose to use more of this, we'll just grab it then. Okay, I feel like we need a light colored bubble like here, a bubble there, and like maybe a bubble down there. I'd like to try and do another one like that. And we like do this rappy, 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 rappy. I go in through a different hole maybe. Hold this with my thumb. Leave it nice and big, like a flower almost. And then we'll come up on the side and kind of like just lock it in place. How's that? Create just a tiny bubble here. I can do like that same thing but smaller. Close that off. Hey! Kind of going crazy with the bubbles. Okay, we clearly need one right here. I'd like another big knot thing here actually. Boom. Now we need something right on there. So that's where I was gonna write blub. But I think I might actually switch to a darker color and do one of the round bubbles, like when I like go all the way around. Maybe like this. I feel like that makes it look kind of organic and sporadic. And I'll do it in the darker blue. I have some right here. Just loop it around. This is the first time I'm kind of doing it on a circle that I drew. See if that helps in any way. Hey, that kind of went well. I feel like it might be done. Let me tie this into a knot. Isn't he cute? I'm quite happy with it actually. And I'm happy with like how much I learned from it. The one thing I still want to do that I haven't done any of yet is do a little bit of like lettering, you know? Maybe if I made like a matching one that just says blub. I do have this one. It's a little bigger. And maybe I'll use more of this dumb fabric. See if I can do this a little tighter this time. I just don't have the finger strength. I need like pliers. Oh, shoot! Okay, this is pretty tight. Maybe we'll keep it a little wider this time. So what I wanted to do with this, like I mentioned, was just write blub on here. I might need something like this. So something in like cursive. And maybe something fun on the bottom like this. And maybe we can add in bubbles there too. I feel like I could have done better with the cursive. After you write it. Handwriting's not my specialty. Okay, that's too far off to the right. Maybe if I draw a circle, I know where I need to keep it inside of. I like that. I just have to like erase the guidelines. Gotta replace our bubbles as well. Something like that. Kind of just vary the line width. I think going up it's supposed to be thinner and then going down it's supposed to be thicker, you know, in the calligraphy world. We might grab this, kind of come down here. Does it need something at the top though? Guess we'll just do a big bubble up here and a little bubble here. We'll see if the bubbles make it in. It's just kind of oddly placed to not have bubbles. Hopefully that's legible. Let's do it. I think I want this one. Now I feel like we're gonna need a lot of this. I'm about to try embroidery for the second time. Let's see how much I've improved. So I think I will start on the left and move my way up. I'm gonna start right at the bottom of this B and we'll find our way up. Now I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is just go around the whole thing and we'll add in the width later. This is the first time I'm doing some of these angles, you know. So when I go over that, oh, this would be a good chance to do that like rope thing I was talking about. At least on this like skinnier area, because it will like connect all these lines a little better. So the parts where it's like curving more, I gotta do smaller strokes. Ooh, look at that curve. I think I'm improving. That'll be the end of that part. I'm gonna start layering it up, going the other direction. I wanna do that thing where you like go through here. Maybe do this where it's not thicker. Gonna follow your way around here. Ooh, I would like to fix this little thing. Do that like rope thing. Ooh, this is like really helping with that. I am so happy with this part. Look at it. Okay, tie this off. Add in the little line on the B here. That's like the base of it. So what I want to see is if I can like create a fun rope texture. I don't want it too tight. Oh, I love the way that looks. I'm so happy with that. Okay, we're gonna do the L. This is not going to be enough fabric. Oh, we could do this little dot here on the exclamation point. Okay, that looks good enough. Move our way up the exclamation point. All right, so that's what I got out of that last piece of thread. Grab some of this thread. Let's start with this L. Now we're going up the B. gonna do slightly smaller ones here because it's a little more rounded. So it's gonna be a little thicker. Oh, we're so close to done with the letters. We finished the letter, now we're just doing a little fancy little swoopty swoopty. Woo! We made it to the end. We'll start doing that sort of like rope texture thing. Okay, this is where it needs to start getting thicker, so I'm gonna like veer off the path here. I'm running out of thread. Let's grab some more and finish this up. I actually shouldn't need too much more for this. I will start back up at this L, I think. And we're just gonna kind of rope our way up this. Okay, so then here is where it's gonna start getting a lot thicker. We'll do one last little rope. And then we're going to try and continue thickening it up. We're working our way back up this. I'm gonna go back to doing the rope thing. All right, now we're coming back down. So we need to start thickening this up. All right, that might be the end of this piece of thread. Okay, one more should do it. We just have to do this little area. Tiny little stitch here. Gotta get under it. Got it. Made it around there. Here's where we gotta thicken this up. I'm a little nervous about this, so I'm gonna go back to that side actually, so that it just is more consistent, I guess. I actually like these lines better than that line, so I might go over some of these. Alright, next we gotta finish the exclamation point. Also, I feel like this isn't smooth enough right there. I would have liked to add a little more there. A little bit down here. Smooth it out a little bit. Let me tie that off so I can reuse this for the exclamation point. Just make our way up. Kind of just pin this top piece. I kind of want to do the bubbles because I like it. Start in the top left. I want to do one of those French naughty things, whatever it is I'm doing. I want to do another one somewhere, but since we're so close to this little bubble, we can do that with the same thread probably. Looks good. Tie a knot here. Let's do this real big one. I think we'll put a little knot one here. Boop. Next, let's move down here. Actually, what if I just do one right here? Do a big old circle. Hey, another bubble. That made a big difference. Now I feel like there's too many up there. Kind of like it as is. I like it a little opened. I like the one little lonely bubble at the bottom too. Okay, I like this a little better than this. No offense, little blubfish. I'm happy with these. This was fun. I don't even know what to say. I guess I should thank you guys for watching. If you have any embroidery tips or embroidery YouTube channels that you really like, let me know. I think doing like words is really, really fun. I think doing him would have been a lot easier if it was actually bigger, even though I'm glad I started small. So thank you guys again for watching. I really appreciate you sticking through to the end of this video. Let me know if you've ever tried embroidery or hope to try it in the future. I'll see you guys all next week, and I hope you have a delicious evening full of waffles. Bye!